So good afternoon, everyone. This is your Timothy. Today we're gonna continue on the new topic on the roof, right? Oops, let's go down. Something not quite right. All right, let me take a look at it. Reader. All right, let's get this straight later. All right. Looks like a little bit issue here. It's my computer. All right. Before I start, I want to repeat what I said before. First of all, we have some basic rules for this class. Right? First of all, every assignment, right, you're saying should be project file, right, RVT instead of template file or data file, right? So we only accept RVT file. Second, and for this whole semester, we're only going to use the architectural template, right? And I think the third one is it's going to be individual work, right? Unless I clearly say it's going to be a teamwork or group assignment, it's going to be individual work. So hopefully you all use this three have it, right? So last semester I gave some people say, oh, well, you caught, submit the same thing, I said, well, I'll probably just give you a 0 for that particular assignment. This semester I decided, right, I'm going to kick it off right away, right? So you all fill this class right away. I hate to deal with this, year over year, so it's not as construction management, and I don't think that's a good habit, right? For any major. All right, so we got that clarified, and so there should be a tendency somewhere you can pass around. This week we're going to cover roof, and by today's lecture and Wednesday lab, right? Wednesday lab. So you can see there's this small picture show you, right? And you could end up with some simple roof like this. Could be some kind of more sophisticated like this one. Just this building, you can see there's a flat roof, right? There's a pitch roof. There's a peak roof. There's a gable roof, right? And what kind of roof do you call this one? Called mansard, right? A mansard roof, because they have a 2-pitch valve. They have a dormer like this, and this is kind of a dormer, right? So it could be as simple as a flat roof, right? Could be gable or more sophisticated roof like this picture showed you. Before I start, I want to briefly review what we learned in the past 4 weeks. There's a lot of content we cover, right? And particularly you can see the interface part. In this part, and what you really need to pay attention is where the project window located, right? Project window located. For example, how you create a multiple window, you can work simultaneously, right? And with the view top. This one is, I think, how to show different right. Right. Also about view, right? Also about view, and so you can see after what we'll talk about, I should, right? And you learn how to trace a picture, right? And when you trace a picture, typically you want to use a wireframe because otherwise you probably the wall you draw gonna cover the line, right? And you could see the line underneath. So in that case, I think you either want to use wireframe one. So you also learn how to scale a picture to the right scale. After you write any picture, so for example, you find something online, right? For example, I decided I'm going to build a house. I try to search online and find a floor plan, right? I don't know the scale, right? Then you can simply say, okay, what's the typical size of the door or window? You know that, right? And so then you can say, okay, use one door window size. Say, okay, scale it. You have the full scale drawing set, right? Or floor plan, whatever, right? So then you also have the way to measure, right? And I remember I got a couple emails saying, okay, how could I find out the window and door size from your drawing? Now you should know, right? And because you scale the drawing, the floor plan to the right scale, then you can measure that, right? So after that, you can use simply this one, right? This one to measure, right? Easy to do. So that's what we cover. Some of the basics, right? I hope you can continue to use that. So this is actually analytic skill is very important because assuming everything is to kind of proportionally, right? I remember I created a whole back to how many years? 20 years ago. 20 years. I created a full model of a very busy street like the Fifth Avenue in New York City, right? I had to create a whole building model along the street, very long, several miles long. And my boss said, hey, and just create those models using pictures. Whatever picture you say, right? How are you going to create that model to the right size? Right? Because you can see the windows, right? You use the windows, they roughly figure out the scale of that. The doors, that's a give you a good indication. All right, and so some kind of an analytic skill you need to use from time to time, right? And you also say, okay, you learn this, how to use this different level, right? This one is what I'm talking about, wireframe, right? And 81 shade. I still couldn't figure out the exact difference between the shade and process color because they are very similar, maybe a little bit variations. But I know the difference between realistic and the shade area, shade color. Because when you, for example, adding trees, right? You adding trees, when you do some landscaping part, right, adding trees to your model. If you use this one, typically your tree looks like a paper tree, right, like 2D tree, right? Even it's a tree, but it looks like a paper car tree. But when you change the realistic, it turns into a 3D realistic tree with leaves and branches, right? So, however, there's a cost if you use the realistic view all the time, because the computation time, especially you have your computer is not fast enough. So typically, when you're working on something, try to limit your graphic option, hidden line or shade, that's good enough. And when you do a final presentation or final rendering, so you can use a realistic, right? The ray trace actually is when you really do some rendering, right? The ray trace actually gave you like picture-like stuff, but you couldn't even move it, right? Because the ray trace is just one picture. But realistically, you can still turn your view cube around, right? But when you do the ray trace, you can, use actually just a rendering. Right? You can turn your your shadow, right? That shadow on and off, right? Copy to clipboard and paste to model row. We learn that, right? Editing command, fill offset, right? And trim, rotation, move, right? This type's copy stuff. Floor, right? We learn that, and how to both floor and wall. We learn how to customize, right? We do customization. So the customization including adding multiple layers, right? Multiple layers, and adding a surface finished part on the floor, carpet. We also learn how to use a split face and paint, right? Adding partial finish on floor or wall, right? So that's what we learn. So wall actually is, I think, the most sophisticated element in Revit. So so far what we learned and is just scratch the surface, right? Actually, we're gonna revisit the wall, more advanced topic in the second half semester. We're gonna revisit, right? So you will see we're gonna learn more techniques to do a highly customized and masonry wall, etc. Right? I think your project are also going to reflect on that. And because if you walk around on campus, you can see all kinds of the wall, right? And without the scale of customization, it won't make it realistic, right? And so we're going to learn more on that in the second half semester. Fine-tune your dimension to make it a perfect size. So I know a lot of you probably already have some feeling on the homework one, right? How can I make my dimension fit, fit in, exactly as the drawing showed you, right? So I change this one, and then the next one, the one next to that, dimension change, I change that one. So it couldn't make the fix, right? There's I think, on my video I posted, I'm not sure how many of you viewed that. I think I show you how to make that dimension perfectly match the drawing, because there's a lock. Every dimension have a lock. You set the lock down, so that dimension won't change anymore, right? So you can lock that if you want to make sure you get it right. So you can lock the dimension. Maybe from time to time I'll show you again. All right, a new topic, roof, right? So we cover floor and roof together is because they are quite similar, right? There are some way they are quite similar. They all like a flat plate, right? Kind of flat plate, right? And so you can, if you think about kind of sloped, right? And the roof can be, they all can be sloped, right? They all can be sloped. So when you draw that, no matter floor or roof, they all in a sketchbook. You try to define the perimeter first, and then you can create the elements. So flat roof is almost identical as your floor, right? The way you draw that and the almost identical as the floor. Pitch roof have some unique feature, right? And pitch roof including gable roof, assuming you know what I'm talking about, right? And like a gable roof like this one, right? And pitch roof like this. A second way to create a roof is by extrusion. You know, for you have a freestyle roof shape, right? So you can create by using extrusion, right? Can you think about one building on campus have a freestyle roof? You probably see that building every day. The UNL Visitor Center, right? Is that close to the Lee Center? It's a brick building, right? That's kind of the roof shape. And it's kind of freestyle. So there's all kinds of styles. So you know we have different ways to do that, right? Dormer is right. The dormer essentially is a small room, right? With the opening cutting through, right? With the opening cutting through roof, right? And it's kind of like a small room. You have a roof, you have wall, then you have either window or door, right? And then you have opening and through the roof. Right? That's what the dormer about. Right? Then the accessories, right? Feature, soffit, gutter, right? That's the easy part, right? I'm saying easy is because when you create it, it's easy, right? You simply click on the edge of your roof, then you have the feature board, soffit, and gutter automatically. So after you create roof, those are just very easy to do, right? So the similarity between roof and the floor, they all kind of, like I said, is a profile-based, flat plate, right? And thin layer, and you can sketch a profile boundary, and you can then add a slope, etc. There are a lot of similarity, but roof have more variety of shape, right? 3D shape than floor. Floor typically are flat. So that means we have some special command. Particular design for the roof, for example, is joint roof, right? And for example, how can I create a roof like this? And you don't have to worry about manually where we're going to find this joint line, right? Instead, it just uses this one. Click on that, and then click on that bigger one, then they join perfectly, so you don't have to worry about where to draw this joint line, right? So second command I think you probably already used is detach a wall to a roof bottom. And you see when you attach the wall to the roof bottom, it joins perfectly. When you change the roof shape, the wall going to change its shape too, right, accordingly. So of course that's much better than you draw. Of course you can by creating a wall profile, but when you roof change, you have to change the wall profile, right? Also, right? So instead, I think using attach to the bottom is a better way to create this gable wall, right? Gable wall, and that show you the location of your joint roof. That show you the command you actually attach to the bottom of the wall, right? So as I said, a flat roof is very similar as your floor, and even those created joint, right? Created drain, roof drain, right? You can do the very similar way as you create the floor drain, right? And those, by doing that, you can see the roof slope to the lowest point you define. And this picture gave you some idea about the pitch roof, right? So when you draw a roof by footprint, each line you draw, actually this line, have an associated triangle, which means this line is actually define the edge of a slope. Define the edge of a slope, the exterior edge of a slope. You can see by define one edge of the slope, this one is a shed shape, right? Just one direction. By define two sides of the slope, you create a gable roof, right? By defining four sides of the slope, you create a hip roof like this, right? And apply this same principle, no matter what kind of a shape you have. You can have more sophisticated shapes, right? This is one, right? You can see they follow the same rule, right? By defining this two sides, you have a gable on this side, right? And then afterward, you can see I define this side, so that's this side, right? This, and this two, after three, 1, 2, 3, this three side, it doesn't have the triangle, so that means they are gable in, right? They are gable in. They're not sloped this way, right? Not sloped this way. They are gable in. So this actually creates a very convenient way to create roof with slope. All right. There's another way you can create slope on the roof. You see this the shed. You can instead of showing the triangle on each edge line, you can simply draw a slope arrow. Then you can do that, right? For example, this one, you can define this line as slope edge line. Then I draw a slope edge. Then you can create a similar, right? But most time, using the existing triangle is a more convenient way, unless a special case like this one, because you cannot define a diagonal slope by using this triangle. Instead, you have to use a diagonal slope arrow, right? Diagonal slope arrow. And this one, you don't have the equal two sides, right? You can see unequal, unequal overhang, right? Unequal overhang. And you can, when you have a question, you can stop in any time, right? Okay. A more sophisticated shape is something like this one. In the past, the last couple slides I showed you, you can just create that roof in one pass, right? But this one you cannot create in one pass. You have to do what? In two different, right? You create two different roofs, then you join them together, right? You create two different roofs. For example, like this one, you have a lower part. The reason is because this wall, right? You can see this wall is taller than the rest of the wall, right? Do you see that? This wall actually taller. You can see that. So that's why this soffit, right? Actually is lower than the wall, right? So if you think about you have a very sharp knife, you can slice this roof. So you see what? The upper part is what? Is a perfect thick roof, right? With all the sides sloped, right? To the middle. But your lower part, this line is not sloped, right? Because you look at it, that's picture, right? It's only one side slope. This side, right? This is just no slope. The wall is here, right? So how can we create a roof like this? Then we have to create one roof like this one. Then we define the level, so we can say, okay, this roof can only reach to this height, right? Can reach that height. So that's what we call cutoff point, right? So cutoff point. Then we draw the second part from that cutoff point above. So then these two stack together. So you have a roof like this one, right? Does that make sense? All right. So you can see there's a variety of different roof shape. Right? It looks sophisticated, but actually using Revit is quite simple. Right? I wouldn't call that too complicated. Right? You can see those. Right? When you have this type of switch or transition, right, of pitch value. They're not a one pitch value. In this case, you have to do the way I just showed you, right? Slice them. Because you cannot define a two pitch value for one line, right? Then you have to slice that, right? Draw this section, then draw the upper section, right? I'm not sure the homework drawing I gave you have a two pitch value or one pitch value. In the past, we had a homework like a two pitch value. I'm not sure this one had. And this one just had one. Yeah. So I'm not sure you guys are lucky or not. Sometimes it could be a headache. Okay? But you know this no matter how many pitch values, you can always do that. Right?
Isn't that two?
Hmm?
Is this two?
I think it's one. In the past, we had the pitch value actually, you go this, and then you turn flatter. So you have to create, yeah, kind of like this one. In the past, we have some houses like this. All right, and you can see the same thing for this one, right? In the upper part, you have a gable, and the lower part, you have a, upper part, you have a cape, right? And lower part, you have a gable, right? Then you have to draw this one, and a slice from here, right? To draw it twice. So, but you know, this looks quite good, right? And after you learn how to draw the doomer, so every roof you listed here will be within your capacity. All right, we just talked about this way, right? By defining a triangle roof, a triangle zone. Another way you can use slope arrow, you can use the slope arrow along edges, right? Along edges. You see, right? What about if you continue to define the triangle for this fourth side? What kind of shape do you have? A pyramid, right? It's going to be, if you do that, it's going to be a pyramid. But this apparently is not a pyramid. But how can I create this one? This one essentially is we pitch every edge, right? So pitch every edge, right? Then we have this unique shape. Right? So you can tell, right? This is the example. By combining and different way you can do that, right? You can see that. And the river part, right? This side you have the one we define edge of pitch, right? Edge of pitch. Makes sense, right? And another way you can create a freestyle shape, right, is by draw the profile and then extrude that profile into a direction, right? So I draw this one, extrude this one, right? But so your roof could be more sophisticated than this one, right? You could have a freestyle and more with more sophistication, right? But those basic techniques, you can combine those different techniques. You can create unlimited, right, variety of roof. Think about it. You can, for example, I can extrude from this direction. I can extrude my roof from this direction. Then I can join them, right? Then I can draw a lower part. Then I can draw an upper part, right? But combining all the techniques, you can create an unlimited possibility, all the kind of roof shape, right? I won't say this have no limitation. It definitely have some limitation, but for most part, I think it is give you the almost unconstrained capacity for the regular roof. And you can see this, we call the edge doomer. The edge doomer is actually a doomer along the wall edge, right? And the roof edge. You can see how you're going to do that. So this one, we just show you how to pitch a edge, right? But how are you going to pitch a partial of edge, right? Part of the edge. So there's no magic. So we have to split the edge into 3 parts, right? So because we only want to pitch this part, so after we split it, so we actually uncheck the triangle in the middle, so that we still have this one slope this way, this one slope this way, but this one we define a edge pitch, right? So then you have that one, right? See that, right? This is, I think you see the picture a moment ago, right? Yeah, this one, right? It's called doomer, very common. I'm not sure how many of you ever live in an attic like this. Right, this doomer, as I said, is a small room with a roof, right? You have the roof, you have the walls, 3 sides of the wall, then you have a cut opening on the roof, right? And you how the computer knows, how you're going to define the doomer. You tell the computer, say, okay, please use this 2-sided roof and this 3-sided wall to form an opening, then the computer will do that, right? You can also specify, do you want your opening going to be a vertical cut or horizontal cut, right? You can also define that. As I said, the fascia, soffit, gutter, those accessory is actually very convenient. You can really easy to create in Rivet, right? So you can see. Any questions? All right, if no question, let's move on to the hands-on part. Right? Simply create a new project. I'll give you a couple minutes. All right, create a new project using architectural template. All right. After you get that part, let's go to architecture, draw the wall. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a very simple room, rectangle room, right? Using draw the wall on level 1, we're going to draw the wall. All right? So after you draw this, and go to your south elevation. All right, and from there, let's create a level 3, right? And how are you going to create level 3? Let's click on this, right? This C level. click on level. You can pick the corner, right? Pick the corner if you want. And we move your cursor to the right. At some point, you will see a dashed vertical line, which means you are perfectly aligned with the other bubble, right? So at this time, just simply click. All right. Also, you see, let's see, cancel, right? Or hit the escape twice. So you create level 3, right? Level 3, when you click on that, you see there's a bubble when you move circle, right? When you move, click on the circle, drag this, hold your left key. You can drag this end all the way until you see a vertical dash line showed up again, right? Which means you are in a perfect alignment with the other two, right? Other two level lines. So release that. Then you see a lock. What's this lock mean? This lock means you are locked perfectly aligned with the other two. So if you drag this one, see other two also change. You lock in the position with the other two, right? And for example, same thing here. This actually, a lot of times is very preferable, and because you don't want your lower line or looks like all sort of a lens, right? All sort of position. You want to look the uniform, right? Looks clean. So that's how, right? You create a new level. Of course, you can change the value of this, but not today. Right? After that, let's double click on the floor plan level 3, right? Well, there's nothing there. As I mentioned, the reason a lot of time you couldn't see anything because your view you define is not in the way you're supposed to, right? Let's click on, take a look at the property window, right? First of all, you double click on level 3. Then you, in the property window, just move this slide back, downward, right? Until you see extends. There's extends, right? Extends. In the extends, there's a view range, right? Click on view range. All right, this explains why you couldn't see anything, because your view depth, you can see, right? The range you can see is what? Associated with level 3 and 7 feet above level 3, right? But 0 feet below level 3, right? That's why you couldn't see anything below level 3, right? Let's change it to -5. Negative means below, right? And positive number is up. And negative is go down. So I use -5, so apply that. Now you can see your wall you just drew, right? A moment ago. All right. Okay. After that, we do this level 3, level 1, right? Create this, that. The next thing, let's create a roof, right? Any question? Yes.
It won't put -5.
-5?
To the bottom, instead of putting -5.
No, view depth. Yeah, you're right. Okay. View depth, yeah, don't like change the wrong box. Yeah. All right. So you actually going to use a lot this, because think about it. If you draw level 1, then you draw footing later on, right? You couldn't see the footing, you want to see the footing, then you change the view depth to level 1 below, right? To the depth until you see the footing, or based on the wall, right? After you get this done, let's try to create some roof, right? Let's go to roof. First, let's try by footprint, right? That's the easy part. Right? By footprint. Before you go further, first take a look on this ribbon, right? The blue or greenish ribbon, and you see this one say, okay, the boundary line you're going to draw actually already define a slope. What's the overhang, right? You can define the overhang now, right? Zero overhang will look not natural, right? Typically we have 2 or 3 feet, right? Let's change that to 2 feet overhang, right? So this means, right, we just simply pick a wall, right? Pick a wall, right? When you move your cursor to the wall, and make sure the dashed line means your overhang line, right? The overhang line is supposed to be outside your room, right? Not inside, right? Make sure you have the outside. Click the full wall, right? This is very similar as you define a floor, right? But the floor is inside, right? The floor line is kind of inside. And this one, your overhang, because you have an overhang, it's supposed to be outside, right? The default value of the pitch is 9 to 12, right? The default value is 9 to 12. You can change it, but let's just, at this moment, just use this, right? After you get this done, let's click Finish. Okay, and just stay here for a moment. This one asks you, would you like to attach the highlighted wall to the roof? I just mentioned a moment ago, if you say yes, your wall going to change, follow the roof shape change, right? If you say no, then if you change the roof shape, your wall won't change, right? It won't change. So typically we'll say yes. And let's take a look at your 3D view. At this point, if you want to use multiple window, you can also use click on view and a tile, right? You can see multiple. Right, let's give you a chance to see multiple. So I think I want to click then I want to turn my 3D window, right? Tile again. So yeah, you go to tile, and then you will see all the views. So you can turn off the view you don't need, and just keep the one you still need, right? All right. So let's change on the floor level 3 floor plan view. Let's highlight the roof and go to edit footprint. Let's change the roof to a gable roof, right? Let's do that. Let's change that to a gable roof. Right? How can we change the gable roof? We said let's click on this line and use undefined, right? This defined slope, uncheck this one, right? See on the top, defined slope. You can either check over here or uncheck here, right? Either way. Either on the top of the ribbon or in the property area. Uncheck that, and then you go to other side, uncheck that, and click on done. All right, you see, that's simple, right? That's a simple one. Then let's do another one exercise, right? Another exercise is this one, right? Let's actually add a edge doomer like this, right? A triangle edge doomer. So as I said, to do this, we need to break this line to 3 pieces and actually make this middle piece slope unchecked. Then we draw a 2 slope arrow, right? Edge arrow, then we can create that, right? Let's do that. That's the procedure, right? So we go to the same level 3 and edit blueprint. And this time we're gonna working on the south side of the building, right? Let's do that. South side of the building. Remember this one, right? Split element. We click on the split element. Then we right, we say 1 point. Then we define another point, right? Second point. After you get done, you can hit your escape twice, right? Then you move your cursor. You can see there's now there's a middle piece now, right? There's a middle piece, and click on the middle piece. Make sure the triangle is gone by what? Uncheck the define slope. Uncheck the define slope, right? Then your middle point. Right? Click on this. Make sure this one is gone. Right? And make sure this is blank. Right? Define slope unchecked. All right. Now you have right. This two is okay. Then we go to what? Draw a slope arrow. Right? Draw a slope arrow. First, you pick this side from one end to the middle. Then click on slope arrow again and draw another one. They actually meet in the middle. So this one is actually tell the computer we only want to pitch the edge, right? We want to pitch on this particular edge. Right, you can see from 3D and elevation, everything together, right? Then you say done. All right, what happened? Did you see the wall shape change automatically? The reason is because you attach the wall to the roof bottom, right? Otherwise, you can see this one, the wall shape change automatically, right? These change, add a triangle, right? All right. Okay. Let's do one more thing, right? So you see this roof, right? You can see this one we call mansard, right? So we try to add a something like this one, right? We try to add a hip roof on top a gable roof, right? We try to add a hip roof on top of the gable roof, right? As I said, you cannot do this in one pass. We have to do separately by splitting this whole roof into upper part and lower part, right? Are you guys with me, or you have some confusion? You good?
Yeah, I'm just going to try.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, you have to define your side, make sure the triangle should okay. Yeah, you actually, you turn them all off. This two is supposed to be on. Right? You see that? Supposed to be on. Only that one should be off, right? From there, you draw the slope. Right? To the middle. And you draw that one. And then you sit down. to do something like this, right? Try to do something like this. That said, we have to define and which level we want to split, right? Okay. And let's take a look from the elevation. Level 3, you know this. Okay, what about we say, okay, we can go all the way to maybe, you want to go to like 12 feet, right? We split it at 12 feet above level 3, right? Then we can add the heap roof on top of that, right? So there's a function, right? Very, very neat function, right? Click on the roof. See, there's a cutoff level you can define, right? The cutoff level now is undefined, means they go freely whenever they meet each other, right? But if we say, okay, we want to define this one, which level we want to reach the cutoff? 12 feet above level 3, right? Let's first make this is level 3 based. Then we do the offset 12. All right? We said, okay, this blue roof now should reach only to 12 feet above level 3. That gives us what we need, all right? Then we're going to draw what? We're going to draw the heap roof on top on this one, right? So how can we draw that? Well, of course, this show you a little bit edge, but we can also click on the site, right? Yeah, from the site, because it's easier to see the whole thing, right? Let's go to architecture, roof again, by footprint. All right, they ask you which level you want to associate this roof. Let's still go to what? Level 3. But you know this is going to be more than, right way above level 3, right? Say yes. Actually, let's now go to what? The property window, right? Our base level, level 3. Actually, the level we want to draw is what? 12 feet above level 3, right? Let's make sure the offset is 12 feet above. If you make a negative, that's going to be below, right? So 12 feet above. Then we draw the boundary using rectangle. And let's draw from this edge all the way to this edge, right? From there, and then we can say done. All right? What happened? That's what we got, right? So what about, you said this one, right? This one, because we did a cut, it seems like they are opening on the wall. So we can actually use the command we just learned, right? Click on the wall and attach to the top, bottom, right? Attach to the bottom, right? You see, attach to the bottom. And then we go to the other side. Attach this one to the bottom of the roof. All right. So we did this. Let's see if I can join these two together. If I join, I'm not sure I can join or not, right? But let me give a try. Join this one to this one. Then I can say join this one to this one. Right. You know, this way actually I join these two roofs together, actually the 3 roofs together. Right? I'm not sure I did or not, but we'll find out later, right?
Did you go to the real quick again? How did you do it?
You mean this one? How to draw this one?
Know how to join.
Oh, the join? Okay. If you click on the join, all right, and you pick a line like this. So this means you're going to join this roof then to this one, right, to this surface. But I assume maybe probably they already joined. Well, I'll give you another example later, right? You will see. Right? Good for this one? All right. So that's a, but you can do opposite, right? Did you remember what's the opposite? That means your lower part is hip roof. Your upper part is what? Gable roof. You saw that too, right? Okay, you can do that too, right? All right, let's do another roof join exercise, right? This time, let's go to north elevation instead of south elevation. Well, we can continue to use south, right? Since you're already there, right? Let's just keep using south. Sorry about that. All right, in the south elevation, either you can be on north elevation, doesn't matter, right? Either south or north elevation. Let's click on architecture roof. This time we do by extrusion. We do by extrusion, right? Click on one of the elevation, either north or south. No trouble.
That's a good question. Keep them, but it just looks away from
All right, maybe I can leave it for a minute. I don't know. Think about it. If you working on elevation, you want to draw something, the computer don't know exactly where is your draw, right? Because there's so many places the computer don't know where you want to draw the profile, right? You have to tell the computer where to draw the profile. There's 3 ways you can tell that. First, you create a name surface that I call this one, layer 1, vertical. Or I can pick a plan already there. Or I can just pick a line within the plan, right? So let's now use default is picking a plan, right? And say, okay, pick a plan. And then we pick a plan. Let's assume this is our, we're going to draw stuff here, or you can draw stuff here, right? Either way, you can go there or here, right? If I say okay, and they ask you what level you want to put your roof. Level 3 is okay, say okay. And now, you see everything is grayed out, right? Let's draw the profile now. Let's draw a small arc, use a start and radius method, right? Click on this. Then let's do 1 point, 2 point, then define your radius, right? Okay. And click escape. And click finish. All right, and in 3D view, what do you see? The stuff actually go way far, to the other side of your roof, right? But if you say that's not what I want, I only want this one be on my south side of my roof. So you can actually highlight, click on that. You see there's either you can put a dimension, or you can simply drag this arrowhead backward, make it very narrow. I'll tell you why I want to make it narrow, right? Okay. As I said, use a join roof it can make your roof join perfectly. But if you use manually, you never make it perfect because there's so many different ways. For example, if I drag this, okay, does it look like a join, or not? You don't know, right? But make it clean now, make that narrow now, right? Let's make it using join roof command. Let's go to modify join roof. This time it will be very clear. So the joint roof, if you can see from the video here, is what? You pick a line, pick an edge of the roof you join, then you pick another surface you want to join, right? So we're going to follow the example. So we're going to pick this line, let's see, assume, right? We're going to pick join roof, pick this line, right? That's the line we want to edge to join. Then we pick this surface. See that? So that join perfectly, right? You see the procedure, right? Then you can simply, for example, you want to turn the shade on, you want to turn the, right? Then you can see a little bit, right? And you can see better now. All right. So that gave you some kind of, right? Well, I'm not sure if I can join further, for example, join this edge to the other roof. Let me give a try, right? I haven't tried that yet, right? If I go to join roof again, okay, I can pick this edge, right? See that? Then I pick this same roof. Oh, it won't. Part of the roof be joined missing target surface. What's that mean? Yeah, you will see this kind of error message for the whole semester, trust me. Why they have that? Let's see, site. Oh, okay. Maybe this one is actually missing part of the surface to outside, right? Let me make sure that, I can drag this one a little bit further. So let's give another try, right? Make shorter, right? Let's give another try. One, pick this edge, then pick this surface. Oh, part of the roof to be joined, missing the target surface. Right, that's an unsolved mystery now. But anyway, at least that gave you some idea, right? We couldn't make the perfect joint at this moment. If I figure out, I'll let you know. All right, that gave you an idea about draw a profile, then extrude it, right? Extruded that profile so you can be joined, right? Let's see what else by extrusion we covered that, the doomer, right? Well, the next one you can give a try. Let's give a try for the doomer. Right? Okay. Let's do this on the north side, right? North side, because north side, we are less busy. All right, let's go there. As I mentioned, the doomer need what? Need a 3-sided wall and 2 sides of the roof, right? You can see the defined edge of the doomer, you need a 3-sided wall and 2 sides of the roof edge, right? Okay, let me go there. And first of all, let's use a level 3 plan. And let's first go to draw the wall, right? I simply use a draw the wall, architecture wall. I simply draw a box. I delete one side. That's going to do the same thing, right? So what they said, okay, and the base level of your wall going to be on level 3, and base offset. And think about your doomer going to be what? It's going to be higher than your wall, right? Higher than your, your soffit level, right? It's going to be a little bit higher, right? So how high? And we say, well, let's do like 2-3 feet, right? 3 feet above the level 3. We'll give it a try, right? 3 feet above level 3. So we start to draw this wall 3 feet above level 3, right? 3 feet. So we're gonna start draw from there, and let's see, assume, you know, we're gonna draw some here, right? We'll see actually the dormer right away. And let's turn to this side so we can see better. All right, this dormer is a little bit too tall, right? Let's assume, right? Let's draw. When you do a window selection, you can do a what? A solid window selection. So you select all the 4 side wall. Let's make it the top one actually is level 3. What about 5, right? Or 6, right? Because we just did a 3 feet above that, right? And then we need to say this top of the wall, let's make it 6 feet. Oh, probably too short. Maybe 8 feet. Better. All right. Okay. So we create this one first. And you know, as I said, we just need a 3-sided wall, right? We don't need a 4-sided. And so we can delete this side. Yeah, we just delete it. And we just delete this side. Then we need to add a 2-sided roof, right? Then this we define the dormer, the wall side, right? Then we go to the roof by footprint. You can by pick wall. 1, 2, 3. But what about this side? This side we have the draw, right? We have the draw, and because we just deleted the wall, right? Remember, this 2 we want to. If we wanted this to gable, right? We need to uncheck what the define slope, right? And define slope unchecked. All right. Let's take a look. What's slope like? Right here. Here we go. Right. And maybe we need to make the roof a little bit, okay, and offset from a level 12, and let's make this shorter. Maybe make it a level 9 or 10, right? 10, right? And so we can see a little bit lower, so let's change to 9. All right. So you can see from this one, roughly, right? Or what do we have 8, right? Is that 8? Yeah, we can change to 8. Yeah, so yeah, we did that to the 8. 8 is actually this top of the roof, right? Top of the wall, right? So then we can also attach this one to the bottom of the roof, right? If you want, to the bottom, right? I think we did. What about this one? This one to the bottom, right? And what about that one? Let's see, use it. Tab key. Yeah, you can sometimes use a tab key, very convenient. Or you can go this side. Right, attach that one to roof. Right, okay, we did. Now we're ready. Actually, we need to join this one. Remember how we joined the other roof, right? We need to join this roof to this one, right? And so we go to join roof. Then we define this line this time, and go to this wall. All right, and they're slightly too up. Right? Maybe we need I think it's a little bit too tall, right? Yeah, let's just do this. Make it a 7.5 or 7, right? 7 should be good. 5, yeah, it's better, right? So we have a perfect enclosure now, right? Now let's move on to architecture, the dormer part, right? The opening part, there's a dormer. The dormer, right? And dormer, I click on that. right? And what you need to do is you tell the computer, right? And okay, here's the one. Pick a roof, right? First of all, I pick the roof edge. I pick this roof edge. This remember that there's a. Let me go back, right? There's a five side you need to define, right? Then I go to pick this edge of the. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you should do this one. Navigate. Okay. All right. Let me give up at this moment. I think maybe we missed one step. Let me try to do this one attached to this roof. Okay, no. Let me go to Doomer again. One. Select. Okay, yeah, I think I did it wrong. All right. And when you click on the Doomer, the first thing you need to select the roof surface. All right. That's this one. All right. Go to Doomer. This is the roof you want to cut. Okay. After that, you can say, okay, here's the one wall. Something not cooperate. This okay, this one, all right. And what about this one? Right, okay. This one, no. Well, let me try to actually to manually draw this next time, right? I don't know what's exactly the wall. Cannot create boundary, it's okay. Pick roof. Okay, exactly. Yes, so the number 5 line. Somehow have some little bit issue. Cannot create a pick. Let's see if I can just simply say done right now. Okay. Something wrong with that particular wall. Okay, I'll discuss the changes. Let me find out what's going on with this wall. Okay, and all right, yeah, okay, that's probably explains something. The bottom of this one looks all right. Okay, maybe the wall is too short. Right. Let me click on the wall, drag a little bit further. Then let me give it another try. Right, pick a Doomer. Pick this roof. Then let's first pick this wall this time. Okay. Yeah, because it's probably not touched the other one, right? Okay. You see that's sometimes you have to do the error, shooting, right? And if on this one this time, let's see this one where it works this time. Okay, here. Yes, yep. All right. Okay. Yeah, we got a 5 side now, right? Well, you have the 5 side, and you're in good shape. Right, I think this process is supposed to be doing perfectly, right? Yep, I think we did. We created a cut opening, if you go to the bottom, right, you can see what the opening you cut. If you cut an opening on the roof, that means you're right, right? So you may be wondering, can we make the perfect looks like at the inside? Yes, you can edit wall profile. By adding a wall profile, you can actually trim this off, right? But at this moment, I think your dormer is good. Then you can add a window, for example, right? You can go here, add a window, right, to your dormer. Okay. I said the reason we didn't get it because this wall actually we draw that because this is the lowest point of the roof. So when the lowest point of the roof, actually we have maybe a little bit gap between the wall and the roof. So that's why I couldn't define this line, right? So I have to drag this a little bit down to be able to create that, right? I think you're going to have an opportunity to further exercise what you learned today in the lab, Wednesday lab time. Then I think you're supposed to work on your homework too, right? And I think don't wait until last minute, right? So this should be this roof part, today's lecture and the Wednesday lab, supposed to take care of that, right? So you are in good shape. All right. So, okay, that's the end of the class. If you have any extra questions, I can stay with you longer. Yep. Then you need to draw an arrow. Not from there. It can be from this point. Yes, you found that middle. If you want to. Yeah, that's because you figure out. No, you have to be on elevation. Right? You have to be on elevation to draw the profile. Working on that elevation. Say, okay, we're here north elevation, right? Yeah. So just cancellation. Make sure it's not the printer seat, right? So from here you go to looking class 2. All right. Yeah. And then you say, okay, this one, right? This one. Okay. And level 3. Now do a curve. Right? And then what do you do to split that? Yeah, so if you want to add this one to this side, right, you're going to drag this side.
Yeah, I know how to do all that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, but I missed that part where you put it flat there. I didn't catch it, so
Yeah.
I can watch the video.
I can, let me stop the video. So I can upload the video so you can watch it, right? All right.